Okay, I'm going to address something that my opponent had said earlier. He said that people can't just sign up to get food stamps and if they have 4 children and everything in that category. What I'm going to say is when a person has 4 children, they actually get more food stamps for those 4 children. On top of that, if we further increase the food stamps they have for those 4 children, people do default the system. We have faults in systems. It's normal. Systems have faults, they have weaknesses. People can have a job at one point when they don't check for food stamps, and they could lose their job. And then when they check for food stamps, they don't have a job, so they give them more food stamps, thinking that they're poor. So once they have their food stamps and they're continuing to get them, as we said before, some states only check once a year. At that point, they may not have a job. They can always go back out and get a job after they have the food stamps already coming into them, and they can default the system saying that they need food stamps. If we increase it, it will only get worse, saying that dependency, as we have mentioned earlier, will only worsen, harming the recipient's children. As I further went back to, the IQ of them is going to lower. Also, I noticed that he said, they also said that for the taxpayers, food stamps are very expensive to hardworking citizens who fund the system through taxes and their salaries. As in saying, if everyone in here works, and you take taxes out of your salary that you worked hard for, and you're giving them to people that may not even be working at all, wouldn't that make you feel slightly mad that you're giving away free money that you personally can use for your own children because you're actually worried about them? People who do not work and they're worried about their children must not be all that worried about their children if they're not working in the first place. So further increasing food stamps to people that do not work is very infuriating and very ridiculous to that extent. That's it.
Thank you. All right, next, unless you need some time, we have 3 minutes for the first affirmative rebuttal.
My opponent said that increasing food stamp spending would lower people's IQs. Not only is it very wrong, but how does food, putting on your table affect your IQ? How could you getting free food would lower your IQ from a 130 to a 100? How is that even possible? Second of all, they also said that 2% of all food stamp spending would go to illegal people. 2% is not much big difference, and you have to at least know that 98% is actually going to the better good, to helping people live in our country, helping each other. We're all the same. They also said, and they also have no idea what people go through. They could have lost their job. They could have lost their parents. They could have lost their kid. Think they would be grieved enough after that? Another thing is that they said that food stamp dependency would cause people to be lazy. When many people who use food stamps are trying their God-blessed best in order to make their lives better and secure for the other people around them, so they don't just die on the streets. And the thing is that in the Bible, Jesus always says you need to treat people like you want to be treated. So if you want to be treated like someone who doesn't exist, treat all those around you who don't exist, that they don't exist. Take away food stamps, and you will cause more deaths, more hunger-related deaths, and eventually the fall of this country within itself. Thank you.